shows that classic Paramount logo. The box is it's a little square, but you'll see why it does that. Um, Now, this film here uh, is definitely something I remember seeing as a kid, 4 or 5 years old. Uh, Heard introduction to the characters on camera, the little camcorder thing that Chaz, one of the characters, is filming. So uh, this has been one of my favorites. I know my best friend finally saw this for the very first time. He did not like it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that has not seen this film yet, but it has something to do with the ending. So I'll say that much. I liked it regardless of it. There are two notable people that are in this film: Amy Steele from Friday the 13th Part Two, and we got Thomas F. Wilson, Biff Tannen from the Back to the Future trilogy, who was also in this. And you got Ken Ullent, who went on to do a couple years later, back in the early '90s, Leprechaun with Warwick Davis. So he's in this. He plays Amy Steele's boyfriend in this film. So, and there she is right there. You guys can't see anything. I mean, if you guys want to join me to watch this, it's great. We're at the introduction of when Chaz has got the camera on everybody going around. They're actually all on the dock, waiting for the pier, waiting for the ferry to come. And here we get the introduction to Deborah Goodrich. And the thing is, these guys do conventions. I already met Amy Steele. Deborah Foreman, or this is the introduction to Deborah Foreman, not Deborah Goodrich. Deborah Goodrich plays Nikki. Um, Deborah Foreman has done conventions. I wish they could get her for a convention out here in Chicago. Definitely love to meet her. The music in this is really great too, because I actually got the final soundtrack to April Fool's Day here. It's definitely one of my favorites. The music, everything is just amazing. I just love the little. I'm trying to do it a little bit. It's got like I don't know what they call it, like a bird sound to it. It's what I call it. You know, they definitely don't make movies like this anymore. One thing I would love to see done is them do filming locations for this film. It'd be awesome. Here's that music again. Just a little bit. However, I did not put the subtitles on, but I pretty much know what they're going to say, but we'll turn it down just a little bit. You don't want YouTube getting like some type of copyright strikes, but other than that's great. I really love the opening because the opening is very very. It's kind of strange because here's Buffy reliving like something with her childhood with the Jack in the Box. And Clayton Roner plays the guy with the camera, Chaz. Amy Steele's name just popped up there in the credits. Thomas F. Wilson, Biff. This is right after he did Back to the Future 1. Thought that was pretty cool. I'm wondering how many of these Fool's Day posters he has signed at conventions that he's been to. It's a good thought. I mean, I actually got, I would love to get the poster, but I actually got the vinyl soundtrack with like I was mentioning earlier. It has some of the poster art on there, but it would definitely be good to get a poster for April Fool's Day. I mean, they should do an April Fool's Day reunion. Who knows when that'll ever happen, though. Produced by Frank Macusa Jr. Directed by Fred Wolf. Oh man, I love it. The pier, everything. So the boats out there. There's the gang out there on the pier, just waiting for the ferry to come. You're missing a couple of people though, and it's gonna be coming up pretty soon. And then you're gonna have the final two arrivals. This is not everybody yet. Amy Steele. This is like 4 or 5 years after Friday 13th Part 2. Tell she looks a little older here. It's too obvious, man. Tom Tom Wilson here. It's just too obvious. It's either the Biff Tannen look. I mean, just the way he is. Look at it. He recorded that Clayton owners have using. It's crazy. This is 1986. I believe back then too they were filming this a year before, so they started filming this in '85, I believe. And here comes the ferry. The ferry. I was cringe at this part where it hits part of the wooden post. Like, oh, something bad's gonna happen here. The actress that played Nan just tripped. I think the ferryman is really good too. I think everybody says, "Come on, if you're coming." Here we go for our last two arrivals. I always get a big kick out of the actor that plays Harvey, the cowboy guy, the old west. That's what he seems like a little bit. I would love to know how both Amy and I think the reason why Amy got it, I don't know. I have to go back and look. But I think Friday the 13th Part Two. I believe Frank Macusa Jr. came in on Friday the 13th Part Three. I think she might have been recommended since she was the final girl in that film to be in this. I would love to hear the story of how Tom Wilson got this role for this film. I mean, the scenery and everything is just nice, especially like when Skip was putting the luggage, the bags inside the ferry area. Now this is on Blu-ray. I got this on Blu-ray from Shout Factory, so it looks really crystal clear. Since, like I said, it's on the 4K TV. I could imagine what this would look like if they ever got a actual 4K restoration of this film. I think it would be really, really interesting. Of course, this game stretch that Skip and Archer are playing is really kind of funny. I like the how the water's clearing up there in the ferryman's where he controls the ferry itself. The water out there, crystal light shooting out like it's the crystals out there. Look at that shot where that's I'm often wondering the building they showed up there if that's the St. John estate. just focusing on like the background back there, right where Chaz and Nan are. Really paid too much attention to that area right there. It's hills and stuff like that. Nan is like the preppy type girl. I wouldn't say she's a nerdy type, but she's very prep, sticks to the books, stuff like that. And here you got Nikki here all stripped on her swimsuit, just basking out in the sun while Harvey's just talking to her. It's like he's coming on to her. It's even this scene right here, right behind Buck here. The fairy hand pressing his ropes. It's just the trees. This is really really nice. Kind of wonder what he's doing today. Oh man. Just the way she said it. Oh my god. And the way she was laying there. I don't want to say what it looked like. It looked like she was actually, but there wasn't a guy right there in the scene with her. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You knew it was a joke. I knew right away it was a joke because the way Arch looked. It's unbelievable. Oh man, look at that water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them on the dock, on the ferry, standing up. You gotta wonder if this ferry, they junked this ferry after the film or what. It'd be really cool just to see this, what this will look like today. I just, oh man, I wish I had that pause right there, man. The look on her face when he comes up. See that? I mean, there's a sailboat out there and everything. Deborah Foreman, she was in before this. She was in a movie called Valley Girl, which I think was in '83. I think I've never seen it, but it starred a very young Nicolas Cage. And this was like I think the last actual official movie that Amy Steele was in. But she did quite a few things with TV. I know she was in an episode of Home Improvement. This mansion here, I wish somebody would do a filming location of April Fool's Day just to see this, what this thing looks like today, if it's even still at this location. Right when you enter in, it's gigantic, man. At least I think so. Yeah, the view from that window, man. Oh, the lake, the hills. There we go. Introduction to the dining room. Basically from the basically the area where they sit at in the on the poster art. Oh man. You look at that kitchen in there, man. The baby blue countertops with the yellowish uh, cabinets and stuff. It looks pretty cool in there, man. I mean, just look at that. I mean, how often do you see that? I mean, they definitely need to do it. Like I said, Chicago. I mean, we got two Chicago horror conventions, soon to be three. I don't know if Nightmare Weekend that's going to be coming in May of next year to Chicago. I don't know if that's just going to be a one-time thing that Galaxy Con is going to be putting on, but if it's going to be permanent, that'd be great because we would have that plus Chicago Days of Dead, which is twice a year, and then the Flashback Weekend, which usually is in August. I mean, we really need to see these guys come to a convention. We probably should put a request in there because I don't know them person, but I know the convention runners from Flashback Weekend. It's what you call the stud. That's what they usually call the study. This area where Harvey's in now. So I call it like an office or like a den area. I mean, the windows. Look at that. I mean, if you guys ever seen this movie, you guys know what I'm talking about. The windows out there. Look at all that green out there. The trees, the branches, beautiful sunset we're now in. I think Nana is like the average of what a woman was back in the day, like back in the olden time days. 'Cause, you look at the way she's dressed, just very, very, I would say mature. They're dealing with a whole different type of, a different, all these guys have different type of personalities and stuff too. You got the goofball and Chaz and Arch. Trip chair. that that smile that came right off his face when he looked over and he sees, it goes back to Deborah Foreman, and she smiles and she takes her tongue and it's like goes around in her mouth like that. Oh man, man, Hardy's the only one in I don't know about Chaz has got a blazer on or not, but I know Harvey does. And he's got some type of I don't know what they call that. Chaz is wearing some type of jacket. Bob's got a mullet. It's a hairstyle. I just got my haircut, as you guys can see right here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of well, my hair before that, before I had my haircut today, it kind of resembled between Rob's and Archie's a little bit. I just love that. I just love the whole thing. I mean, they even got the dolls right there. I just think that's really nice. You like candles right there at dinner time, right there on the table. Yeah, it's a shame, guys. Man, this is a decade that's long gone, never coming back. The only way you can relive it now is through these films, or if you have photo albums from the '80s that were pictures of you when you were young. And that's music from the '80s you can still listen to. But yeah, I mean, this decade is long gone. The '80s is best decade for horror. I'm trying to think what other horror movie that came out in '86 along with this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 came out in '86. Um, I guess you can count Aliens, even though it's sci-fi as well. That came out in this year as well, '86 as well. Now, if I'm mistaken, the Aliens theatrical release date, I apologize ahead of time. I'm not a big fan of that franchise by any means, but I do say the first two Alien films are the best in that entire franchise. No question with that at all. And out again, show it in the rooms. I knew a girl. I worked with a girl a long time ago at a job that I had a long, long time ago. Something like Deborah Foreman. The face, everything's identical. I have to wonder what that coworker of mine that looks, that former coworker of mine is doing today. You know, they did make a remake. It was I think it was in 2008. I rented it from Found Video. That was when Found Video was still around. All the video stores are all shut down, especially in these parts where I'm at. Um, but I rented it April Fool's Day 2008. I believe that's what the year it came out. It was direct to video, and it was nothing like this at all. It was totally different, totally different. Got this guy here fantasizing about Muffy. Six Diane Fog. Teenagers killed in ferry accident. Oh man. The doorknob came off. Look at see if it's still playing. Yeah, we're still playing. We're still live here. I don't know. I mean, there's something about this film. There's something about this film that I've always enjoyed. Uh, you know, when you think of why do you like film? What movie do you like, or what are your favorites? And to be honest with you, this one here, it's the cast. Everybody's a lot of fun to watch. for an 88-minute film. Two notable ones that have been in two of the biggest franchises of all, Back to the Future and Friday the 13th. And then you have the music, which was done by Charles Bernstein. I had to look over because I got it on display over there. And then just the setting of it, on an island, in a mansion. Or at least that's what I call it. Or call it home or mansion, whatever you want to call it. But all these gimmicks that's going on right now, we're getting to the scene where it's the light bulb trick. Where Rob and Kit are getting ready to go to bed. I mean, Ken Olin for sure, man, was a big muscular guy, man. I mean, hit that one, and the other one's gonna go on. The lighting, like when the light goes off here, I mean, it's enough to see everything pretty much. But I'm wondering if that's like a candlelight outside the bedroom window there. I'm not really sure. I'm not, I'm not trying to spoil too much here, but I don't know if anybody's ever really seen the film, but but when you do these commentaries, there are things that are going to be talked about when the scenes come up. Doors, doors locked. Now he opens it. All the wooden doors are to have the same design on them. Oh man, the way he comes right back out, it's hilarious. It's pretty cool old duffel bag right there. That's the same way he was reading the Ooh La La magazine in Back to the Future too. Except he wasn't sitting down; he was standing up. That's how the nighttime sounds like. You hear like all the crickets, the frogs, all that. think that might have been marijuana plant. Just the boathouse right out there. He does play it really good, playing it drunk, the stumbling stuff, and going down the set of stairs. Here we go with that music again. Boy, it's dark and eerie in that place, man. Wow. Who's there? Oh, when I first saw this as a kid, I kind of jumped at that part. Cat get cat jumping right out at your face like that, man. It's got to be scary. Make anybody jump. Yeah, it's the first time we get to see the full shot of the mansion, man. It's really sharp looking. Got a bottle of water here, so man, what a beautiful uh, mansion that is. Where it's getting really weird. The next morning, playing soccer, kickball. That's how fun that was to shoot that scene right here. Shit, that was me, man. I'd forget about the studying. I'd enjoy the weekend out there, man. That's what I'd be doing. That boathouse here, it's rocking. So that makes me kind of wonder if it's stationary. It just, there's just no way it would. I'm not familiar with boathouses. You guys tell me if you guys are watching this or when you guys watch it later. If you're familiar with boathouses, but I don't know if they're supposed to rock like that or not. storm coming. Guys, that's that camcorder. What's it? Classic Amy look, fear look that she's got on her in her eyes and her face. And they really sell it really here. I mean, the fear, and this is actual, real good acting. Big bad Biff Tannen. Big bad Biff Tannen, man. He's on the hunt. It made her look really, really frightening looking here. Walking in the woods. Yeah, I don't know what type of pole that he has here. Does it have a paddle? No, it doesn't have a paddle on it. Wow. The look on his face. He's on the hunt trying to find them. You're in the woods like that, and you're in the woods like that, and you can't see anything out there. That's usually a sign you better get the hell out of there. That snake too is really, really big. I'm sure there's bigger. I mean, there's bigger snakes out there, but man, the size of it. It's something. I know people are. I know there's people out there that are afraid of snakes. My mom being one of them. It's actually chicken like a ball python. But just the fact of the matter is getting like the frozen mice and stuff and put them in the refrigerator with the food that we eat. I just don't think that'd be great. But they can live to be 25 to 30 years in captivity if owning them as pets if they're taken care of the right way. I feel sorry for Nan here. It's like sometimes when you joke around and stuff like that, full of pranks like that, you don't know people's feelings really, and that in this case, even though this is what could happen in real life too, where somebody takes it the wrong way and they get very, very upset. but definitely good acting. I can't remember the actress's name that plays Nan offhand. I know it's Deborah Goodrich that plays Nikki. I've never seen her in anything else. I have never seen Deborah Goodrich in another film. I believe she might have done some TV work. This is the first movie I've seen Kid Elland in. And I know I'm probably saying his name wrong. The the clothing styles. I mean, you look in the '80s, they got some really interesting, type of clothes people wear. Like what Amy Steele's wearing right now. It's a color blue shirt. It's got a necktie that's not all the way fastened, but I thought that was really interesting, especially with the jean pants and the sneakers. What we got Amy Steele, what we had got with Amy Steele on Friday Part 2, she didn't really have any makeup on. In this, she's got makeup on. I know she's got eyeliner on. It's very very different from what we're used to seeing her in Friday 2. And by the way, I actually met her too quite a few years ago at me and my brother drove down to Indianapolis for Indianapolis Horror Hunt Weekend, which they don't got Indianapolis Horror Hunt Weekend anymore. I think they might have brought that back like a year or so ago. But they had the Friday 13th Part 2 cast there, and I met her, and she was just really really nice. I remember John Fury was sitting right next to her, and he took joking with me saying that she charges by the letter, and she looks up, she smiles at me. I think if I was going to get another celebrity for second time around, I'd do Amy Steele for this film here, get the poster or something. Man, it's a really neat looking well there. I mean, it's actually like on a platform, like deck, wooden platform. Draw that bucket. There in the background looks like there's the water pump right there, right behind Harv. Then the roof, the roof that they're sitting underneath where the well's at. It's I realize, but it's a tree trunk, tree branch. And this guy's afraid to crawl right down in there. He doesn't want to go down, but she's going to end up going down with him. Or yeah, she's going down. He's afraid to go down there. I wonder if that was all done on a sound set or what. The well, or they made, or if that's an actual well. Some parts it looks like it's too clean of rocks. Oh, He's having a panic attack up there. $53, an hour into it almost. Something about we don't love guns. Even when they're scared too. It's I mean the acting is so good. It's so well done. Now we're at nighttime, guys, and this is when in these films things start to go ahead and go down. People are getting knocked off. That's how these films go. She's scaring the windows. Might want to put some two by fours if you guys have any. Look at the way she's standing there, right in the doorway too, and just the way she's standing there. It's a little. I mean, that's a little concerning. Amy Steele herself off the look. Okay, something's not. Something definitely is off of her. He packed a gun in his suitcase. Oh man, but yeah, you want to be prepared if something does go down for sure. that's what Nam was really upset about was the whole thing with the prank about abortion. That's what really got her where she confronted Muffy earlier in the film. As a smiling a lot. I mean, just like like I said, guys, and they're all debating if Muffy's doing all this or it's like eating them alive. Even if acting today, we compare this film with some of the acting we got today. Some of the acting is kind of terrible. Um, but I mean, going back, with the '80s horror films, man, it's just you're never gonna see stuff like this ever again. I mean, no matter how hard if you remake it, even the 2008 remake was, or if you want to call it the remake, was terrible. But I mean, you name all these remakes, but 9 times out of 10, the original film is better. I think if they were going to redo this one, I think it should have if they're going to redo this one properly, they should do a proper remake where it goes to theater. I would definitely love to see that. I would have loved I mean, in my town where I'm living at, there's 2 theaters, and then the next town over there's another theater that's connected to a mall. So uh, we got 2 Paramount theaters in town, and Classic Cinema theaters, and they've been here since for a very very long time. And I would have loved to know where if a Bulls Day 1986 was playing, it would have been really really cool to see that. And people that were old enough to go and see these films in theater back in the day were just you know it had been a blast seeing that big screen. That joke again with the faucet spraying up at her. Chaz, this guy's trying to keep it real here. Deborah Goodrich. She goes by Deborah Goodrich Royce, at least on the interview on this disc here. Uh, she actually, even in this film here, she's actually a very attractive woman. I mean, even seeing the interview for this film too. She was older then. She was older doing the interview, but still just as good as she did in the film here. I just wish we could have had like a audio commentary with the cast. those. Oh man. Yawning here. I got up a little bit early to get to the gym before I had the haircut done, so that's why I'm yawning. But like I said, I'm not going to disappoint anybody. We're going to watch this film, and I said, hey, let's pop it in early. You know what I might do, guys? I might get on social media tonight and I get a hold of the convention runners for flashback weekend or something and see, hey man, you guys got to get a April Fool's Day reunion. And there's still a lot of guesses that they haven't had. That's one huge attic. And my attic ain't like this at the house. You can't just walk up there and walk like what they're doing. That's attics come attics come in all different styles. And when there's little Ken and Barbie dolls leaning in a corner of an attic, right up against the wall, sitting straight up, and you get the ones in a glass bowl with the mimic of the bodies that were found in the well, then you know there's something going on. That's just really, really freaky, man. Look at that. The way he turned around and looked, see where the fireworks were shot, and it was funny. That's really dark. That's so dark in there. You don't think that Jason was going to pop out, but this is not Friday the 13th. Amy Steele slowly, slowly approaching that door, opening it. And I tell you what, man, you had to have some damn good lighting, camera lighting for the film shots like this out here in the dark like that at nighttime. Just on here, just tell me if I am official live. I don't think I'd be out there at night reading a note like that. I mean, I'd take it somewhere, maybe in that boathouse, both of them, and just maybe not even go inside the boathouse, just thinking about it. You just never know. You got to go back in there to get the keys to the boat. Dark and airy basement. We did see this in the beginning of the film. You can tell they're afraid. Oh man, she's coming to get you. I definitely, just seeing here, I definitely really love. I remember this as a kid. I mean, I really do remember this one stuck out the most to me. She's going after her. Now she's on. She jumped on top of the table. That look, that stare that she gives, and it's like, oh man, it's psychotic, man. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, guys. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. They're showing the reason why my best friend did not like this film. Dead silence. All right, I'm gonna tell you why he didn't like the film. It was a scene when Muffy was chasing after Kit, and Kit opens up the sliding double doors, and here everybody else is right there, like nothing happened. Basically, nobody gets killed in this film. So that's when he borrowed the movie from me. I had it in two pack with the original Blood My Bloody Valentine, and I asked him, "Why did you like it?" And he's like, uh, "Nobody gets killed in the film, you know." And I said, "Well, that's the whole point. It's something different, you know." I just love the lighting right there, man. Like the bluish light. It's definitely a fun one to watch. Definitely one of the ones that we'll be watching for the month of October. Sorry, I didn't really say too much on a couple of scenes here, but I'm just concentrating on the film, see what else I can talk about. And they tell you, do the whole moral of the story is that they were trying. Everybody knew that Kit and Rob were just having trouble, and I think trouble in their relationship. So they all brought them together there and just do all this. Well, that was really cool. It's something you've never seen done before. I would have loved to see what Deborah Foreman did right after this film here. Of course, you can find all that out on the Internet Movie Database. It tells you in order what films they did first to their next one and so on. A lot of these guys here, some of them were only like one-time actors. Going back to Mamie Steele, this was her second film, I believe. After this, I don't know what else she did after this in actual film, but I know she did a lot of TV work. Of course, we know Tom Wilson, Back to the Future fame. I don't know what he did like shortly after this was made, because I know Back to the Future 2 didn't come out until '89. Clayton Warner, I don't know what he did after this or before this. He, let me see who plays. Let me see who the actress is that plays Nan. That's really on my mind right now. I'm gonna speak into the phone. April Fool's Day, 1986. And about ready to have a celebration. Pop that champagne. Let's go. Let's party. Jay Baker is Harv. Lee Pinsent is Nan. So yeah, they had it was a couple of years back. They had a reunion at a convention with we'll say with Amy Steele, Deborah Foreman, and Lee Pinsent. I think Deborah Goodrich was with them as well. It's Three Dog Night. The Three Dog Night song is playing. It's really cool. I will show you this here. It is I think Deborah Goodrich does talk about it, but I think they were going to do they were actually in the process of doing an actual sequel to this where they actually go back and somebody does get killed. Because I know the scene coming up here, uh, they were going to kill. Uh, I don't know if it's Muffy off or what, but becomes a it becomes a prank. Would have been interesting seeing a sequel to this. I mean, that's the thing is, when you make a sequel to a movie, I'm sure it probably would have been cool to see it, but even you can't beat the original film. I mean, it's like people saying, "Oh, we don't watch the original Friday anymore. We don't watch the original Friday because we got Jason now and stuff like that." But you think that the original is what started the whole entire series off. Of course, we got Friday the 13th coming up here next month, so I'm thinking I'll have to wait and see. Maybe that weekend I'll watch one of the Friday the 13th. Maybe part one. We'll see. Because there's so many of those. There's like 12 Friday the 13th films. You're not just including the 8 original Paramount ones, but the New Line ones as well. It's really cool that Frank Pisagino was producing on this film here. She's going to go ahead and try to pop that Jack in the Box. Oh man, it looks so real. Of course, this is way before CGI. You'll never see him on a movie like this, guys. But other than that, that is it. Uh, it's been a blast for about 88 minutes. Watch April Fool's Day from 1986. Definitely one of my favorites. Right up there, probably my top five horror movies. I can do a video on that. I can do a video on my favorite horror movie franchises. I think I've done that a couple of years ago already. But yeah, I mean it's been fun. So maybe Friday 13th weekend, I might do a live stream of Friday the 13th. Depends on which one I want to go with. It could be the first one, it could be the second one, it could be the eighth one. It all depends. But other than that, that is it. Thank you for watching. If you guys check it out in replay in about a couple hours, definitely a huge blast. But second live stream commentary I did, and I already did The Fog, John Carpenter's classic. So this is Oracle signing out. Take care, and you guys have a great rest of your weekend.